Hi, this is Malaia Sims, and this is my journey through code. Hi, my name is Malaia Sims, and I am a junior computer science and electrical engineering major from Brooklyn, New York at Clark Atlanta University.
Oh, that's really awesome. How did you get into CS?
So actually, I went to a performing arts high school, and I've been performing all my life with the Young People's Chorus of New York City. And being a performer is great, but I knew that I wanted to get more involved in the behind the scenes aspect of the arts. And I'm very good at math and science, or at least people told me that when I was in high school. So when picking a major, I was introduced to a lot of majors, but I felt that electrical engineering was my gateway to incorporate technology into the arts. And so I started off as just electrical engineering. And then when I took my first computer science course, I got an A in the class. It was my highest grade of the semester. So I was very, very confident in my programming skills. And then I continued with that. And when I found out that I can get 2 degrees in a 5-year program, I decided to add computer science to that.
How do you apply your creativity to computer science and like electrical engineering? Or express your creativity, yeah?
How do I express my creativity? Well, I'm still trying to figure that out, I guess, because a lot of schooling is just the fundamentals. You're taught the fundamentals, and I haven't really had any internship experience, so I haven't really applied it to anything but my programming projects that I do either on the side or in class. And I think that the most creative part about computer science is problem solving. So there are many ways to solve a problem, and you practice that with coding a lot, and it helps you sort of find the most efficient and the most creative ways to complete a task. And so, yeah, that's how I apply my creativity as of now. But I hope in the future that I'm able to be more creative with it, with more experience, and hopefully get a position where it's all creativity, and then I use my skills that I learned in school to do so.
Well, that's awesome. Like, I totally agree with you with like the problem solving, really bringing in like the creativity. I completely like resonate with you because I started off like in art and I kind of drifted off into like programming. Right. But I'm still very artistic, and it's something that still like really plays to me. So I do like find myself expressing creativity through like problem solving. I'm also curious to find out what's like the difference between like electrical engineering and computer science for anyone that's like watching and trying to figure out like how do I make a decision, which one do I pick? Okay,
so I would say that electrical engineering definitely has the hands-on aspect. You do have to code to, you have to be able to code to be an electrical engineer. But that's more so a tool that you use for other things. So, for example, I took an embedded control class, and for that class, we used code to get a car to move. But also to get the car to move, you have to have motors, and, you have to have a circuit that actually tells the car what to do, use a microcontroller to sort of transfer all of that data that you have on the computer to the car. So I guess that is sort of the structure of how electrical engineering works. You do use code, and it's very, imperative that you know how to code, like, as well as you can, just so you're able to use that to complete certain tasks or create a device or fix a computer maybe. So it's like different things like that. That's what is incorporated in electrical engineering.
Okay. That's pretty cool. I'm also curious to find out, how is your experience as a woman of color in the computing and like engineering field been?
Okay, so at first it was very discouraging, I would say. I started at Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. I went to school there for strictly electrical engineering, and I was one of 2 Black female electrical engineering majors in the undergraduate and graduate program. Oh. So it was hard to balance, especially at 18 years old. And so at first, when I was in school, I was like, is this really what I wanted to do? I didn't feel as encouraged. But when I thought about it and I prayed on it, like, I knew this is what I wanted to do. I just wasn't doing it in the right place, in the right way. So being able to make those adjustments, like, I did transfer to Clark Atlanta, and I feel like it's a better fit for me. It helped me develop certain skills that I didn't have before. I think that having made those decisions that I made along the way, I definitely figured it out eventually, or I'm still figuring it out, but it got a little bit easier. So now I am going to work at Microsoft this summer, and I will be doing software engineering and product management. And so with that, I feel more confident going into a role like that, just, because of where I come from, the experiences that I've had, and my confidence is really what's going to carry me through. It's not going to be anyone else but my confidence and my abilities. So, of course, you have, partnerships, friends, mentorships that you use to get through certain things and maybe complete certain assignments or what have it. But mostly it's going to be your confidence. And as a Black woman, I feel like you have to be confident to do this kind of work. It's going to be hard. It's going to be challenging. But if you have a strong mind and you keep pushing forward, it's going to get better. And the reward is great. And everyone talks about the reward, but the journey is really what is what you're going for. Like, it's going to get rough at times. It's going to get better. It's just going to fluctuate. And you have to be able to make those adjustments along the way.
I love that. Like, I completely resonate with that. I'm also curious to find out, so you're going to Microsoft in the summer. What about the summer after that? We're looking at graduation. Like, any plans for graduation, after graduation? Or is there anywhere that you would like to see yourself, or a direction or goal that you're working towards?
Okay, so I guess my short-term goal is after I complete my internship at Microsoft, I hope to get a return offer. But I'm not set on, that being the job that I take after graduation. But I want to weigh my options when the time comes to it. I will experiment with different things. And this will be my first, real experience, corporate experience. So I may not even like it, So I'm open to a lot of possibilities. But I do hope to get a return offer, just stay on the right path towards success. And I don't know what will come with that. But graduating and getting a return offer is my main focus right now.
Okay. And then I guess just to close this off, do you have any advice for any women of color that are watching this video, thinking about maybe starting a career in tech, just anything? Do you have any advice for them?
Okay, so I would say that the first thing to do is to make sure that you have the skills necessary to do your job and do it well. If that's what you want to do. So if you want to enter tech, you have to be good at it. Mm-hmm. And because it's going to be harder for a Black woman. Mm-hmm. That's a double minority. So it's just going to be harder. And that's one less thing you have to worry about if you have the knowledge to compete with everyone else. But another thing I would say is that it's going to be rough, as I said before, but you have to, technology is leading the way in all industries. And when you are in a position where you can make certain decisions that can impact a community such as your own, I would say definitely go for it. Go for that position, get better at what you do, learn about ways that your position will impact certain communities, pay attention to the company that you work for. What are their values? Do you align with those values? And always do honest work, because that is what's going to bring you happiness for yourself and your personal life, but it's also going to help other people so you can be a blessing to other people as well.